Friends and comrades, my name is Julee Sanderson, and I'm running to be the national president of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. Many postal workers will tell you that the last 4 years have been hard on us. The pandemic interrupted our lives, our children's lives, and our work life. The after effects are now disrupting the economy. Things were rough for working class people before the pandemic, and they're even more so now. We need something to change. There's a series of photos on the 5th floor of our national office in Ottawa that show scenes from fights our union has waged over the years. Scenes of picket lines from years past, evidence of our battles to win dignity and respect from our bosses. I wrote about it in my report to convention, and I also mention it here because I think it's incredibly inspiring. There's an image of Brother Jean-Claude Perrault and his wife Lisette as he was marched off to jail in May of 1979. You can see Sister Carol Woodhull in 1987 standing tall against cops, even though she was half their size. And there's a candid shot of Sister Betty Cheslake of the Edmonton Local in 1987, blocking a truck from crossing the picket line. There are pictures of the All Eyes on Winnipeg rallies fighting the two-bundle system in 2010, images of RSMC bargaining committees in 2012, winning right to strike language in a collective agreement, and finally, the Save Canada Post campaign. We led the way on maternity leave, which is now in collective agreements across the country. We won equal pay for work of equal value for RSMCs, the majority who are women. COLA, the Moving On Project, pre-retirement leave, all rare in the working world, but everyday clauses for us. Other laborers look to our collective agreements for inspiration, like we can all look to that photo display. It was working class people, regular postal workers like you and me, who won those battles. Striking was illegal in the 1960s, and Brother Perrault went to prison in the 1980s and didn't cower when faced with threats of jail time. Workers knew the value of solidarity and fighting for others. They didn't cooperate when corporate Canada wasn't fairly sharing the profits and when the government took away rights. They won. They did these things in the face of a great many challenges. We've had our challenges over the past decade, but it seems like our union has responded with retreat instead. We need to reverse that. The pandemic was tough. We could have responded by leading the way as one of the largest public sector unions who had to keep working in person. We could have articulated a different way, but we failed to rise to the challenge. We must set that right. When we accepted a contract extension in 2021, we didn't fight, and we sure didn't win. I was the last of the National Executive Board to be convinced to vote yes. I voted that way to make it a unanimous vote, and I now regret that decision. It was an unprecedented proposal, and I thought voting yes might mean postal banking would be given a fair shot. I also thought our union would spend the intervening years building our strike muscle. Sadly, postal banking's been abandoned by the corporation, and work to build power on the work floor stalled until the election of Brother Schmidt less than 1 year ago. I hope that we won't regret that lost year. We have a great opportunity as a union to set the standards for all Canadian workers. We need to be more assertive with our bosses. We touch the homes of Canadians every day, and we can't be afraid to ask them to support us when we fight for a fair contract. CUPE Ontario workers had mass public support when they were in job action just last November. People understood the services they got from those workers was important. We're the same in that regard. I believe that if we draw on the spirit of where we came from and the support we have in the public today, we can return to our legacy of wins. We need to organize quickly and efficiently to take advantage of our first opportunity to bargain post-pandemic. Like the inspirational postal workers in that display at National Office, we need to take matters into our own hands. As it's said in French, we must disengage from our employers when they treat us badly. We must strike. We must strike to win. I see so much potential for our union. We can be a voice for justice in our society all the while winning solid victories at the bargaining table, making members' lives better. I know we can get there. I believe I'm ready to be your next national president so that we can get there together.